Hey guys, welcome to a video about how to find instantaneous slope. So as I'm sure you guys all know, the way to find slope is using this formula, y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2, and this gives you your slope. So if we look at an example of this on this graph of x squared right here, we take our first y and the second y, and we subtract them and we divide it by the x values. And what that does is it gives you the secant line, or the slope of the line connecting those 2 points. The problem is, this is not instantaneous slope. This is average slope over that interval. If you want to find instantaneous slope, you need to make the change in x 0, because instantaneous slope means the slope at a point. So how do we make this 0? This is the overall formula for that, if we generalize it. We get f of x plus h minus f of x, so that's your y1 minus y2, over h, as in the limit as h approaches 0. So what is h? H is the difference in your x's. So there'd be like an x plus h minus an x. But as h and then the x's cancel, and we're evaluating as h goes to 0. So as these two values get closer and closer together. So let's try an example with this, with a function that we have, like let's say x squared. So we plug these values in, so x plus h squared minus x squared over h. So now, and the limit as h approaches 0. So now we need to simplify this, because right now, as h approaches 0, this thing is undefined. So how can we do this? Well, we can expand this out. So we get x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus x squared over h. And then we combine like terms so we can eliminate the x squareds. So we get 2xh plus h squared over h, limit as h approaches 0. And then we can factor out an h. And now these h's just cancel, and we get left with 2x plus h. So as the limit of h approaches 0, this just becomes 0. The h just becomes 0, so we get left with 2x. So what does this tell us? This gives us the slope of x squared, because that's the equation we started out with. This gives us the slope of x squared at any one point. It's also known as the derivative. So 2x is the derivative of x squared. So let's say we wanted to find the slope at x equals 4. We just plug it into the derivative. 2 times 4 equals 8. The slope of x squared at x equals 4 is 8. So I hope that helped.